The false moral superiority of the radical left. What disgusts me about the radical left that is dominating the Democrat Party today is the pure hypocrisy that spews out of them at every single moment. When Robert Trump died, they all put out a movement saying #WrongTrump, which is a truly disgusting thought. Even if you disagree with someone, to wish ill is something that is genuinely terrible, and all of those that have thought that need help. Another moment came from when Trump gave Rush Limbaugh the Medal of Freedom, and the left was furious. There were insults thrown towards Trump and towards Rush Limbaugh, calling Limbaugh a hateful, racist bigot, or also being a shithead. Disagreeing with someone thinking their ideology is evil is a fair point of view. You can have those disagreements between individuals. That is what democracy is based off of. However, short of being a convicted criminal or some objective means to know that they are truly despicable, to call someone all these hateful words is absolutely disgusting and immoral. I do not see how you can have a moral high ground throwing shit down to those that you view as inferior. The left rightly bash on Trump's vulgar personality, yet on the flip side praise Joe Biden for being just as bad, using the guise of sticking it to the man. Now, all of this is just a small part, and I will be ignoring a large majority of the hypocrisy, such as the left's comments towards Trump when he got coronavirus recently. It would simply take too long to highlight every single time the left was morally wrong and being hypocrites for just 2020 alone. Instead, we shall talk more along the lines of the social critique of the Democrat Party. If you want to see all the hypocrisy, I'll be linking some down below, but as always, please do research for yourself. The critique of the Democrat Party. We enjoy the comfort of opinion without the discomfort of thought. John F. Kennedy at Yale University Commencement, June 11, 1962. This was a warning Kennedy gave to those at attendance in Yale. Those words from the darling child of the Democrat Party were not heeded. Now, everyone, and I do mean everyone, lives in the comfort bubble of their own opinions without much, if any, traversing into the lands outside of it. This has led to a state where the Democrat Party has massively fallen from their perceived glory of the past. Let's look at it from a historical context first. Whether or not you agree with them, from the 30s onwards you had Franklin Delano Roosevelt, considered one of the greatest presidents per many historians, and overall brought a lot of social change to our country. Really, what he brought was the foundation for modern America, for which he brought many social programs to us, the citizens. Afterwards, you have Harry S. Truman, who used the atomic bomb to bring a swift end to World War II. He had a tough time to follow up from FDR, but still, people do not view him negatively. We then move on to John F. Kennedy, who faced much adversity during his time and pushed America through those obstacles. Often, people will put him up there as one of the best presidents of all time or in the top 5 range. After JFK's sad and too early of a death, we've had Lyndon B. Johnson, who not only enjoyed showing his Johnson, but also expanded more social programs such as Medicare. Sure, people consider Jimmy Carter a relatively poor president, but the left loves him for being a kind man who is still hardworking to this day. Which now we head into the two big hitters, Bill Clinton and Barack Obama. Ignoring any of the personal issues that they go through, such as Bill Clinton riding on Jeffrey Epstein's Lolita Express, they are beloved by the Democrats. Clinton was a man that anyone would want to drink a beer with and played a mean sax, while Obama was a very eloquent speaker and the first to show true progress in America to break the racial divide that has been with us since the start. Some would even say since 1619. Now, where are we for the Democrat Party? there's a sentiment of anyone but Trump as their platform. Even during the DNC, they talked more of how Trump was bad than any substantial policy issue. The same was seen during the first debate, where Biden ignored critical questions such as packing the court in favor to tell Trump to shut up. It is no longer a party based on policy, which was spearheaded by the FDR and JFK administrations in the fields of economy and foreign policy, but instead it is the party of opposition. It is innately opposition when you say anyone but X. More than just the shift away from true policy, it is also the party of moral disintegration. Their 2016 bid for presidency should have been one of the easiest to ever win. Trump was a loudmouth with a nasty history behind him. So much dirt came out on the man that if you put anyone against Trump, it should have been an easy win. You should never have lost to Trump. However, the Democrat Party pulled out someone that could lose to him, Hillary Rodham Clinton. This name now evokes disgust with the infamous email incident or Benghazi. In 2020, the Democrats have a tougher task. Trump has a resume now. We're sure he still talks brash and crude, but can point to successes such as bringing peace to the Middle East. Something that many presidencies in the past have failed to do. However, his personality is still a bashing point, so it can be winnable. So, who do the Democrats call upon? The Biden-Kamala ticket. Biden is so mentally drained and potentially mentally unqualified, yet he leads the party during these times. During the debate, he threw out many things the left would slam Trump for if it were him to speak it. He acted unpresidential, which the left bashes Trump for rightfully, but ignores it when it comes to Biden. Will you shut up, man? But fine, let's ignore that for his vice president pick, Kamala Harris, or Kamala, so you will. She is so unlikable, yet Democrats push for her because she is the status quo pick. At least with Bernie Sanders, they would have had an ideologue, but instead they pick someone that flip-flops their issues like they work at a Waffle House. Both of these candidates spit on the Democrat Party's perceived past. Again, whether or not you support the party, it is clear they are so far gone from where they started. Today, they have no base to stand on except for hatred and opposition. Their leaders in Biden, Pelosi, and Schumer are all just people who want to point at others and scream morality while side-skirting it like they're above it, unless to get caught on camera. I know by saying these words, the people on the left will be defensive. Perhaps they won't even get defensive from hearing the words, but instead from reading the title. It is sad that this is the case. It is sad because it only proves my point more. Yes, Republicans also have their faults when it comes to morality, and I'm not defending them either. However, that does not ignore the point that the Democrats are faultier in terms of morality too. It is about being above the moral depravity, not to sink in to match those against you. And the fact I know some people will defend the moral depravity means you are a part of the problem. In either case, I hope this brief overview of the Democrat Party helps highlight how massive their fall has been. Coming into the 2020 elections, we are heading into the most chaotic of times. For now though, all I will say is this. Rest in peace, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and thank you for your service to our country. On top of that, I hope for President Trump's swift recovery from the coronavirus. Thank you for watching, and God bless America.